Welcome to SS2 Computer Science, Term 3, Week 10. DOM manipulation is the technique of using JavaScript to dynamically change the content, structure, and styling of a web page after it has loaded. It is what makes modern web applications interactive. Understanding DOM manipulation is fundamental to web development. By the end of this lesson, you will deeply understand the DOM tree structure, confidently select, create, and modify DOM elements, handle user events professionally, and build a small interactive web application using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let us begin. What is the DOM? DOM stands for Document Object Model. When a browser loads an HTML page, it passes the HTML and builds a tree structure in memory, the DOM tree. Each HTML element becomes a node in this tree. Node types: document node, the root of the entire DOM tree. Document is the global DOM object in JavaScript. Element nodes: each HTML tag, body, div, p, button, becomes an element node. Text nodes: the text inside an element is a separate text node. Attribute nodes: attributes like ID, class, ref are part of element nodes. Example HTML and its DOM tree: HTML head title page /title /head body h1 ID equals title hello /h1 p class equals intro word /p /body /HTML. DOM tree: document HTML head title page text node HTML body h1 hello body p word. JavaScript works with this tree: access any element, change its content, style, or attributes, add new elements, remove existing elements, respond to user events, or without reloading the page. Accessing the DOM tree: document.document element, the HTML element, document.head, the head element, document.body, the body element. Traversal: element.parent node, the parent of this element. Element.children, all direct child elements, collection. Element.first element child, first child element. Element.last element child, last child element. Element.next element sibling, the next sibling element. Element.previous element sibling, the previous sibling. Selecting DOM elements: document.get element by ID, ID select by ID attribute, returns the single element with that ID, fastest selection method. Document.query selector, selector select the first element matching any CSS selector, hashtag ID, by ID, .class, by class, div, by tag, div highlight p, complex selectors. Document.query selector or, selector returns all matching elements as a node list, not an array, but can be looped. Document.get elements by class name, class returns HTML collection, live, updates automatically when DOM changes. Document.get elements by tag name, tag returns HTML collection by tag name. Converting node list to array, array.from, node list, or modifying content, element.text content, get or set plain text content, strips HTML tags, safe against XSS attacks. Element.inner HTML, get or set HTML content, passes HTML, allows inserting formatted content. Warning: never insert user-provided data with inner HTML, XSS vulnerability. Element.value, get or set form input values. Modifying attributes: element.getAttribute, add get attribute value. Element.setAttribute, at value set attribute. Element.remove attribute, at remove attribute. Element.id, directly access ID. Element.ref, directly access ref, for anchor tags. Element.src, directly access src, for images. Modifying styles: element.style.property equals value, change CSS inline style, use camel case. Element.style.background color equals blue, not background color. Element.classlist.add, class add a CSS class. Element.classlist.remove, class remove a CSS class. Element.classlist.toggle, class add if absent, remove if present. Element.classList.contains, class check if class is present. Creating new elements, let newer equals document.createElement, div, creates a new div element, not yet in the document. Newer.textContent equals I am new content. Newer.classList.add, highlight. Newer.id equals new section. Inserting elements into the DOM, parent element.append child, newer add as the last child of parent. Parent element.insert before, newer, referencel insert before referencel. Parent element.prepend, newer add as first child, modern. Parent element.append, newer add as last child, modern. Referencel.after, newer insert immediately after referencel. Referencel.before or newer insert immediately before referencel. Removing elements, element.remove, remove element from the DOM, modern. Parent element.remove child, element order method. Cloning elements, element.clone node, true deep copy of element including all children. Practical example, dynamic list, let list equals document.getElement by ID, my list, let add btn equals document.getElement by ID, add btn, let inputl equals document.getElement by ID, item input, add btn.addEventListener, click, equals, let text equals inputl.value.trim, if a text equals, let li equals document.createElement, li text content equals text, let del btn equals document.createElement, button, del btn.textContent equals delete, del btn.addEventListener, click, equals li remove, li append child, del btn, list.append child, li. Inputl.value equals. This creates a to-do style list where items are added dynamically with delete buttons. Event handling in depth. An event is any interaction that happens on a web page, clicks, mouse movement, key presses, form submissions, page load. The preferred way to handle events is addEventListener, element.addEventListener, event type, handler function, advantages over older HTML attributes, onClick equals, can add multiple handlers, better separation of concerns, can be removed. Common events, mouse, click, do-click, mouse down, mouse up, mouse over, mouse out, mouse move. Keyboard, key down, key up, key press, deprecated. Form, submit, change, input, focus, blur. Document/window, load, DOM content loaded, resize, scroll. The event object, the handler receives an event object, often called the or event, containing details, target, the element that triggered the event. Type, the type of event, e.g. click. Key, for keyboard events, which key was pressed. Prevent default, prevents the default browser behavior, e.g. prevent form submission or link navigation. Event delegation, instead of adding listeners to many individual elements, add one listener to a parent and check target, list.addEventListener, click, equals, if, target.tagname equals li, target.classList.toggle, completed. This handles clicks on any li inside list, even ones added later. Complete mini project, color changer, HTML, button ID equals red slash button ID equals blue slash button div ID equals box style equals width 200 px, height 200 px, background gray slash div. JavaScript, const box equals document.getElement by ID, or box, document.getElement by ID, red.addEventListener, click, equals box.style.background color equals red, document.getElement by ID, blue.addEventListener, click, equals box.style.background color equals blue, WAEC examination. Describe what the DOM is. Write code to select and modify an element, explain event listeners and event delegation, trace DOM manipulation code and state what change occurs to the web page, write a complete simple interactive HTML+. JavaScript example. Key points, DOM, Document Object Model Browser's tree representation of an HTML page. JavaScript can read and modify it without page reload. Selecting elements. Get element by ID. Query selector / query selector raw. Get elements by class name. Get elements by tag name. Modifying text content. Safe, inner HTML, powerful but XSS risk. Style.property, class list methods. Add, remove / toggle / contains, set attribute / get attribute. Creating elements. Document.createElement, set properties. Insert before / append child / append / prepend, element.remove. Events, add event listener, type, handler, is preferred, events, click, key down, submit, change, event object provides details of target, key, type, e.prevent default, stops default behavior. Event delegation, one listener on parent handles events from many children, efficient for dynamic content. DOM traversal, parent node, children, first element child, next element sibling. WAEC revision, write DOM selection code, write event handlers, trace what code does to the HTML page, explain the DOM tree concept, write a simple interactive page.